Hello, my name is Father Bill Moisant. I'm pastor here at Resurrection Catholic Parish in Tualatin, Oregon, and I want to talk with you for a little bit about family life. I hope that you and your family are all well and coping with this stay-at-home order that we're living under in Oregon. I wanted to spend a little bit of time meditating upon our icon of the Holy Family that was written through the hand of Mary Caslamides, our parish iconographer, and talk a little bit about what this icon can teach us about family life and speak to us in a special way. We have, of course, Mary, and we have Joseph, and then, of course, Jesus. And they are a model for all of us on living in a family unit and how we relate to one another. We just recently celebrated the Feast of the Annunciation on March 25th, in which Mary received the message from the angel and agreed to become the mother of Jesus. And so then Jesus was conceived in her womb, and she gave birth to him 9 months later during time that we talk about as Christmas. Then we have here Joseph. Joseph is presented in the gospel as a strong, silent man. He is devoted. We don't have anything that he said, but we know that he was a good father figure to Jesus. It's customary for people to talk about Joseph as the foster father of Jesus, although that's not really accurate because foster fathers are married to foster mothers, and that's certainly not what Mary was. Joseph technically was actually Jesus' stepfather, but in the gospel he's presented as his father. In the time in the gospel when Jesus is lost in the temple and Mary and Joseph then eventually find him after looking for him for 3 days, Mary talks to him about how your father and I have been looking for you. And so Joseph is a very strong figure here, helping raise Jesus, teach him what it was to be a man in this Jewish culture. Joseph in this icon is wearing a prayer shawl that Mary thought of putting on this figure of Joseph after a pilgrimage we all took to the Holy Land, and Mary saw that the men at the Wailing Wall were wearing these prayer shawls, and so she was inspired to put a prayer shawl then on Joseph when she wrote this icon. And so he's seen as a man of prayer, that the religious teaching would just not come from Mary to Jesus, to mother and son, but also come from Joseph as his father and teach him the truths he needed to know. Jesus was, of course, the center of their lives as shown in the icon, but Jesus needed to be taught. Jesus was a human being like us in all things but sin, so he had to be taught. He had to be taught how to read, he had to be taught his numbers, he had to be taught how to function in the culture in which he was born. And Mary and Joseph did that. And so they're given to us as figures of harmony and peace and love. And during this time when we're secluded, we're sort of all together within the family, and we're sort of spending a lot of time with each other, it's a time to reflect upon this holy image as an image that teaches us as an icon of how to be a family, how to be living with Jesus at the center of our lives, and then living in peace and harmony. It's always important to maintain ourselves in this kind of time, that sometimes we just need to have time by ourselves. Sometimes we can spend time with the children or with the mother and father, just sort of going for a walk, but just getting away and having a time to keep the tensions down and to live in peace and harmony. And so we pray that all of you are getting through this successfully. We pray that the Lord blesses you and keeps you safe. And we would invite you this coming Sunday to join us for Mass at 11 a.m. We're going to live stream the Mass from our day chapel, and we invite you to come and join us. And I ask God's blessings upon all of you at this time.